Hey guys, Raj Sanga, Cardio Security. Road trip today. Gonna pick up my wheels from Voodoo Motorsport. My Speedlines, they're all done. And also drop some bits to Greg at Southam Bodies. Some parts that he's waiting on. And also get an update on where the 964 turbo's at. So a few bits just in the van. Just a few Porsche bits, rubbers, turbo plastics and grills and so on. And some empty boxes for my wheels. So let's go. Okay, so we are here at Voodoo Motorsport with Ellie. My Speedlines have been refurbed and rebuilt, and I'm absolutely blown away just looking at them. The technical side of obviously the refurb I'm going to leave to Ellie because it's not my forte, but I'm just going to look at them because they just look amazing. So Ellie, over to you, mate. What have you done?
Well,
in a good way, what have you done? Not in a bad way.
Oh, good. Well, everything really. So everything was bare metalled.
Yep.
Totally taken back, prepped, painted, polished. New bolts, which are period correct.
Yes.
The same design, which is like this Torque style head, which you can see here.
Yeah.
And even the nuts in the rear. So we've changed the nuts in the rear as well. We've just gone through these as if you had gone out and bought a new set, even to include the etching. So
I think they look better than the new set, to be fair. They look crazy. It's like they look too good to put the tyres back on and put them on the car, but obviously that's what I've done it, so they're gonna have to go on the car.
Yeah.
But in this state, they look amazing, I've got to say. Any problems you found?
With the dishes?
Yes.
Yeah. So obviously with the other dishes, they did look all right.
Yeah.
And but on really close inspection, we found there to be some previous historical work which had been carried out.
Yeah.
And typically in this game, what people do when there's any sort of damage or curbing, rather than try and level it out by building it back up and then smoothing it down, or using a lathe to turn it completely square, what they do is they just sand it out.
Yeah.
And you get highs and lows on the rim section.
Yes.
Which you can get away with, but A, they don't look good if you look at them properly.
Yeah.
And B, they actually make the rim a lot weaker.
Okay. Yeah.
And you know, when you're putting them on a car of this calibre as well, the last thing you want, and it's the most important thing, is cheap tyres and wheels which are going to fail. So this is why we torque everything to spec, we seal the wheels properly, we recommend new bolts. We don't recommend you do anything that isn't worth your while. So this is why we took a long hard look at the original parts and we replaced them with new.
Yeah.
All new. And we ceramic coated them as well, so that you've got like a flying start with these, because they're the best guises as they are, you know.
Yeah.
The bare metal with a ceramic coat. With the new parts, obviously we buy new parts from different places. We just, you always have to start again with them because they've been in storage on a shelf somewhere, whatever.
Yeah.
So we just polished them up, got them really bright, and then we've etched them, coated them.
I love the etching.
And built them.
I love the etching. Don't know if you can get good enough camera angle on the etching, but that just looks amazing. Yeah, the wheels have come out absolutely stunning, to be fair, from where they were all milky and they weren't curbed. But did you say one of the wheels was warped?
There was a was a little bit of the misshapenness to it. I think there was more than one on the rear as well.
Okay.
But we always typically shall I show you on this one?
Yeah.
Typically we get a wheel on and we check it for trueness, and then we start to scrutinise the rear and the front, and if we can straighten it, sometimes with a bit of heat, sometimes without, depends on how the part's been made. Basically we straighten it to as true as we can get it, and then that gives it again a fighting chance of A, being built well, being user friendly when you actually put it on the car. Tyre fitting, it's better for tyre fitting. Everything about the wheel has to be as close to new as we can get it. And things which aren't economically viable or which we don't believe will last the test of time, such as the rim sections, which were on the wheels originally, we just recommend replacing with new.
Okay.
So we did that on a couple of your wheels. We just a little bit of straightening, nothing too major. They were generally in good condition. It's more the historical work which was carried out on the rim sections which was the cause for concern. So,
considering, well, they're not been on the car from new because the car came with cups. I think these wheels are 10 years old or something. But even then, they weren't really bad, but they were bad condition. But the way they look now, they're just
they had been resealed before because they had like this. There's an old factory sealant, but we, you know, it was what we use. I've tried and tested it. I tried lots of different things, and I know this is as good as it's ever going to be. So,
well, it cost me a little bit more, but as with any project, you don't know what it's going to cost until you start stripping it back.
Exactly.
But it's well worth it. So, Ellie, they look amazing. Thanks for your time.
No worries.
We're going to love you and leave you because I know you've got loads of work to get on with. And we're going to head over to Greg's and get an update on the actual car itself. So, nice one. Cheers.
No worries. Okay,
guys, back at Southam Bodies. Spending a lot of time here at the moment and a lot of money as well, actually. So it's hurting. Dropped some bits off, got some parts to give to Greg, and also have a catch up. Have a look at the car, going to reveal the car to you. It's been painted. I've not seen it, I know it's under a cover. There's a few bits still that I need to supply, which we're having supply issues with, but we'll have a chat about that as well. So grab the bits and we'll go inside. Okay, parts are here. Thank you very much, Porsche Reading, again. Greg is here.
Hi.
And my 964 Turbo is no longer in bits. So, Greg, let's do it. Let's do a reveal.
Big improvement
Drum roll.
from last time. Get ready.
Woo. Wow. Wow. Wow, total difference from last time. I'm trying to find some imperfections, but I know I won't be able to, so what's the point? I know what you like, so finicky.
A lot of hours gone
I
into
can
it.
imagine. Right.
What do you think?
Looks amazing.
Still not 100% finished because we're waiting on a few bits that are quite hard to get hold of.
Yeah.
But it's going to make the end result a lot better. So this has all been colour sanded. It hasn't had its final mop. You know, but it's about 2 days off from completion, I would say. 2 good days. Just to put arch liners in, like I say, a few other bits and pieces, and then you can have it back and out my way.
Yeah, I can see there's obviously
the screen guy's still got to come back in. He's got to backfill these with some sealer, which is what they had from factory. So he's going to come back. I didn't want him doing that until we'd finished putting it all back together. So he'll come back in, do the 2 screens. Like I say, it's got to have a few more bits of polishing, a bit more detailing.
Yeah.
Obviously, you'll have the wheels.
Yeah.
Back, we'll put all those on.
Yeah, wheels are with us now.
So yeah. Main thing that we're waiting for is that spoiler for the back, which I hope's not going to take too long. But yeah. Wow. It's nice.
So this is not. You haven't done a mop on this. This is not.
That has been colour sanded. It has been mopped. Yeah. It's had a coarse mop. It's sort of 2 stages of the 3. Okay. So it's only got to have its final stage.
You'll see. So it's still an amazing middle finish.
Yeah. It's had a lot of. We've flow coated a few panels as well, like the bonnet. Yeah. Where you lacquer it, sand it, and then re-lacquer it. It just makes the refinishing a bit easier. Okay. Puts more lacquer on the bonnet. It's a visual point on these cars. Yeah. So you know that's why I spend a bit more time on the bonnet. You know, The rest of the car's still been base coat lacquered. We've used a new ultra high solid lacquer.
Yeah.
It's almost another third thicker than the high solid, so it gives you more material to work with when you colour sand it, machine polish it, you know. And then obviously it's a car that's going to, I asked you before whether you're going to PPF it, and you said no, so you've got a lot of surface to play with polishing. You know, it can be colour sanded again at a later date, you know, sort of like 10 years if it really needs it.
Wow.
Which it shouldn't do if you look after it. It should stay like this for years to come. You know, we see jobs that we've done 15, 20 years ago and they still look good if they're looked after, you know, not had covers on, not had PPF on, not kept under, you know, carports and stuff like that. You know, ones that have been kept in the right environment, they do last a long, long time. So.
Well, yeah, this obviously won't sit outside, it'll sit in garage or
that's
or
fine,
unit.
I know. Yeah, I wasn't sure whether you were going to PPF it like the 964 on the turbo.
Well, the turbo's not PPF'd. In the end, I didn't do it.
Oh,
and I'm still in two minds, but I don't think I will PPF this.
Yeah.
I'm thinking, look, if I do get a stone chip, repaint that panel if I need to.
Yeah, it's not a huge job to do the front end. Yeah, it's not a huge job.
But I'm just blown away. I'm blown away by the mirror finish, looking at it on the front, and you're telling me that this is stage 2 out of 3. So once it's all put together and the wheels are put back on it, and the wheels just look absolutely amazing.
The wheels finish a car off,
definitely.
Definitely. Yeah. Yeah.
So we've got the side skirts over there.
Yeah, the side skirts are done, ready to sort of go on. I tend to put them on very last.
Okay.
Especially when you're jacking the car up, still messing around.
They look awesome as well.
Yeah, they've been colour sanded, you know, same as everything else.
Any problems? Any major issues putting it back together?
No, it's time consuming to put it back together. It's not like taking it apart. You know, you can rip them apart because it doesn't matter if you damage anything. But you know, when you put it back together, especially with new wings, they were all trial fitted first, so I didn't have any adjustment really to do. We did all the adjustment before they were painted. So yeah, it didn't take much to get those to fit. They're pretty good from Porsche because they're all genuine bits.
Yeah, and all those genuine
fit really well.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Yeah, we always trial fit it just to make sure. I've had the wings on, the bonnet on, everything in, the bumper on to make sure all the gaps were all alright. So I didn't have to adjust anything when we put it back together. No, it was plain sailing. New door rubbers, new check straps, all the little bits that, you know, finish it off. Yeah, it's all painted all down the backs of the doors, all around, all the door shuts, all down the backs of the wings. Far more paint than it ever had on from factory.
Yeah, I can imagine. Well, if anything, when this is done, this is probably going to look better than factory. 29 years on.
I'd like to think so. They didn't colour sand them very well from factory if they did, you know. The paint quality wasn't the same.
Yeah, I was going to say paint quality, paint technology has changed.
Yeah, a lot of them weren't lacquered from factory. They were just direct gloss out the gun, you know. So, I mean, we've most probably put about 30 hours into colour sanding it. So
do you know how many hours you were in from start to where you are now?
No.
You got a rough idea?
No, it's well over 300. Yeah.
300 hours.
Yeah.
And that's at minimum wage, isn't it?
Yeah. What is it, £4.50, something like that now?
No, it's not £4.50 because your guys aren't 16. So I've got a deal and a half.
Yeah, you have got a deal and a half. Yeah, the hours have just got sucked up, which I knew they would because, yeah, I've done no end of them now. I know that 200 hours doesn't get you anywhere really. Not a good job, especially when you've got to bare metal it. I think there was 30 hours in fabrication work, which were unexpected, but even that was still good because we most probably saved about 4,000 quid on parts by fabricating our own bits. Yeah. With the scuttle, you know, that was made, bits for the quarters, you know, obviously that inner wing piece, that was made, so that saved a lot of money on parts there. So, you know, there's 30 hours there. Most people won't spend 30 hours colour sanding a car, and then we don't stop there. If it needs another 15, it's done. It's not sort of that will do, it's got to go. It stays here until it's done, because we want it to go out and we don't want you to be disappointed with anything. You know, a lot of body shops say, oh, bring it back and we'll polish it, or we don't do the polishing, it's got to go to a detailer. We want to do it all in-house, even if it's, you know, it takes a week longer than I've quoted. You know, when your name's on it and it's going to get you more work, it pays for itself, you know.
So those guys that are asking how many hours, why so many hours, I think proof is in the pudding, as they say.
Yeah.
I'm blown away by this, and it's not even the finished article yet. So obviously when it is all finished and put together, we'll do another video. I think possibly the next video is going to be the finished collection video.
Yeah.
And then no doubt you'll see the car at shows and events, at car security, car and coffee meets. And you can expect it then. If you do find any flaws, please let me know, because
there won't be any.
Yeah, well,
there won't be any.
I'm lost for words. I'm actually blown away. I'm lost for words for once.
Yeah.
And I know this is not the finished article. So guys, thanks for watching. As usual, subscribe, like, any comments, any questions you have, drop them below. Greg's details will be at the end of the video. Yes, you can message me direct and ask how much it's going to cost, but my answer to you is going to be message Greg, because every car is different and he just can't quote from seeing pictures. He has to see the car. So it's best to contact him direct for prices. In the final video, I will give you a rough idea of the cost of the whole journey. So that includes obviously buying all the materials, buying all the parts from Porsche Reading. I'll include Greg's bill, so it'll be a number that I'll include, and it'll give you an idea of what it would cost if you want to get to this level. You've seen where the car was and all the different stages that it's been through, so you'd have a rough idea of, you know, if you want to do a similar project and where your car's at, what it will cost you as an end result. But yeah guys, thanks for watching and see you next time.